Ahmed's morning ritual had become an inescapable monotony. Each dawn promised little more than another lonely trawl through a long list of job boards, repetitive clicks and ever-fading hope. The emails he sent out seemed to fall into a black hole, each unanswered CV a silent knock that went unheard. The routine, once motivated by optimism, grew heavier by the week. As the calendar pages turned, bills demanded his attention. The flat's rent was non-negotiable, the fridge's emptiness undeniable, and the slow drain of daily necessities impossible to ignore. Yet, Ahmed had avoided tallying the true cost, perhaps fearing confirmation of his growing anxiety. Finally, one bleak Sunday, he sat down with a pen and paper, listing every subtle expense. When the sum total stared back AED 21,600 in just 3 months, it was a quiet punch to the stomach. Ahmed slashed through entertainment and cut back on groceries, but the number gnawed at his mind. Unemployment wasn't just draining his bank account, it was chipping at his confidence, his sense of progress, even his perception of time. Days bled into each other. Vague reassurances from friends now sounded hollow. Something will turn up, they told him. But nothing did. That night, restless and scrolling through job advice forums, Ahmed was drawn to a simple headline: CV distribution, AED 400. A few lines described how a professional service could hand-deliver his CV to hundreds of companies. It felt almost trivial next to the amount he had already lost, and yet, this small sum gave him pause. Could it be that the smallest investments bring the largest change? Skepticism clung to him, yet a faint thread of hope refused to let go. He placed an order for CV distribution and sent off his resume by email, trusting, however cautiously, in that small sliver of possibility. The next mornings brought a new kind of tension. Would anything happen at all? 3 days later, a notification pinged. Then another. In quick succession, Ahmed received acknowledgments from companies he'd never heard of, some formal, others surprisingly human. A week after the decision, his phone finally rang with a genuine offer: an interview with a growing logistics firm. Walking into his first interview in months, Ahmed realized that the burden of waiting was far heavier than the risk of trying. The real loss all along wasn't the money gone each day, it was the opportunities left unexplored, the potential ignored while hoping luck might step in.